Why, when everybody on the planet knows that Patrick Mahomes is looking for Travis Kelce, he is standing there with nobody near him, and he is wide open. Once again, another unbelievable performance for Travis Kelce in the postseason. I was there at Arrowhead. 7 catches, 117 yards, a touchdown. Now 9 playoff games in his career with over 100 receiving yards. He has passed the GOAT for that number.
Jerry Rice.
Just unbelievable that he is able to do this even when, like with Jerry Rice, everybody knew he was getting the ball. He finds a way to get open.
Yeah.
But from your expertise opinion,
humble opinion,
one of the best route runners this game has ever seen, Steve. Why is Travis Kelce always open?
Obviously, Travis Kelce in his age and seen a lot of different coverages, getting in his bag, studying film, studying defenses, knowing what is going on around him, understanding the concept, understanding what the purpose of the play is. And then also, too, the thing that some of these people do not have. When you talk about Jerry Rice, you have to talk about all the different players around him, but you got to talk about the 2 key things, which is what? Quarterback. Joe Montana, cha-ching. Steve Young, cha-ching. A little bit of Jeff Garcia, but he was on his way out. And then you look at Gannon. But more than anything, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce have worked well with each other. And the ego of both of them understands that they need each other. Travis Kelce is a fantastic tight end. All-time great with the Chiefs, but also all-time great overall in tight ends. He understands his assignment. He understands where and how he needs to be. And also, too, Patrick Mahomes understands he can rely on Travis Kelce. And Travis Kelce knows what he's thinking, and he knows what Travis Kelce is thinking. That's why practice is so important. Andy Reid believes in practicing these guys down to the bone. You get up, you show up, you be present, and you do not waste reps. And because of that work ethic that both of these men have displayed and what they do has evolved into being uncoverable, because he knows when Patrick Mahomes is going to his right, I shall go left. When Patrick Mahomes is going left, I shall go right. When Patrick Mahomes is skilly-gallying all around, I will shake and bake with him, keeping himself available, making himself friendly, knowing how to get in the peripheral or in the sight of the quarterback. That is a skill you can display and try to coach up and run a lot of different YouTube videos. And there are going to be people that break down what Travis Kelce does. And he does it well. And because you have an editing machine, you will show it to the T. But guess what? It's hard as a defender to cover the tight end who's shifty and knows how to use his body and position himself, and also keep your eyes on your luggage, meaning the tight end, and keep your eyes also on the engine that makes it all go, which is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think first off, I've spent obviously so much time with this team, covered them on all their Super Bowl runs over the years, and been around them so frequently. The one thing that you do here, and you mentioned this, in terms of the quarterback and the tight end. And let's start off with that. The reason they have an advantage, if you talk to anybody in that building, is this. They're both very cerebral. They're both very smart. They both have a great feel for the game. Great. A lot of players are lucky enough to have that. And they play at a high level when they have it. But the way that these two do it is they have the exact same feel for the game. And they know the way the other one is thinking. And the way it was always described to me, and I remember Andy said this to me a couple of years ago, so I went back in the notes and I found it. And he said they both have such a great feel for the game and a feel for each other, but what they do differently is they feel that and sense it in such a short, quick period of time. So instantly, they get that advantage, right? Because they go, oh, Pat did this, Pat's smallest move, Travis does this. I think the ability to have that is the advantage. And I remember talking to Justin Reid, who was a safety in Houston and went against these guys, and now he's been in that locker room for a number of years. And he told me the thing that's so different, and I want you to kind of elaborate on this because I get it, but I think from your perspective it might be even better, is you study the film, you see what they're doing, you see the formations they run, you get out there on Sunday, you see the formation and you go, yep, they're going to do this. And then they do something completely different. off of that. What is he saying when he says that, where it goes, I know what's going to happen here? And then their feel for each other, they see the defense. Travis Reid's defense is in route so well, right, Steve? And then they do something different. And that's what makes him so difficult.
Well, that has to do with knowing your own tendencies and looking at the defense tip their own hand at what they think you're going to do.
It's like the counter to the counter.
It's the counter to the counter. And then you add, well, I got Pat. He's going to free ball it, so I'm a free baller. So let's just go out there and free ball together.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. And you have enough practice and you have enough simulations in practice to be able, and dialogue. What is he doing? Man, he's riding or he's tugging on my right side. So you'll get that, well, Travis hates to be tugged on the right side. So at some point, when you need the play, he's going to go, man, I'm going left. Man, bump that. I'm going left. But there's times Patrick's like, are you going to go left yet? And he's like, nah, we don't need it yet. We don't need it yet. And then all of a sudden, that touchdown. Where's he go? He goes cotton picking left. As Patrick Mahomes is, because it's understanding, is holding the secret, knowing that you can tell it at the end. A lot of people can't hold it. Some people can't hold water. But these guys know what's at the end of the rainbow because they've seen what has happened throughout the season. Don't peak too quick. Don't peak too quick. Don't peak too quick. And understanding what happens if you peak too quick, they've experienced it. They've experienced knowing it and now understanding. So the consistency and then the leadership and the maturity to be able to handle it with those experiences allows them to do what they're doing at a high level, at a snail's pace during the regular season. And all of a sudden, when the new season starts called the playoffs, all of a sudden, you're on all cylinders, you're winning, and you know how to win and the reason why you're winning.
That's a perfect example of it. And there's so many of these little things, and you know this as a pass catcher, little things that you can give your quarterback. The little body language things I've been told that Patrick reads off of Travis, even when his back's to Patrick, right? The little things that he can kind of show him where I'm going to go, and a lot of this option stuff that he does is a big part of it as well. And that's that relationship and that chemistry that they have. The other part of it that people are always fascinated about, Stephen, I want your opinion on it, is obviously, and I had a Chiefs coach tell me this during the postseason when I saw them a couple weeks ago. Was this last week or the week before? Like, you can probably run a 40 faster than Travis right now. And I was like, come on. He's like, no, dude. I mean, like, literally, that's how he's moving. But here's Travis's advantage. And I this is the part that connects with this. And I remember Justin Simmons about this a couple years ago, who was an all-pro safety in Denver and probably has gone against Travis more than anybody, being in the division and trying to find ways to slow him down. He's like, his every step has a purpose. Every step has a reason why he's doing it. His tempo within and his pacing within the route is so, like, he changes speeds with each step so well that you're kind of playing catch up with where he's going with these steps. And he said he'll never run by you, but the way he always creates so much separation is that each one of those steps, it has a purpose. He does this one and you take two to go that way, and then he's back over.
It goes the other way.
Like, the way he sets you up to create space is so difficult because of the pacing within the route, the speed changing, the sudden slow down for half a beat, speed it back up type of vibe in the route running, to the point to where I remember talking to Tyreek Hill, who told me he spends time in our receiver meetings. Like, we pick his brain on route stuff. Because of the way he is. What is it about the way he creates that space? Because I saw you kind of nodding there when I was like, every step has a purpose with Travis Kelce. What's going on? James Palmer here, and let's get real for a second. You see the underdog graphics flying in and out of the show 89 with Steve Smith and myself. Well, you're probably wondering, what are these? Well, what they are is it gives you an opportunity to participate, to start playing. You can use the promo code UD89. You can scan the QR code and you can start playing instantly. Dive right in and you can win $1,000 bonus cash like that. You just got to pick higher or lower. So remember, scan that QR code. Use that promo code UD89. What we do here at 89, we give you analysis, we give you breakdowns, we give you the news. We love that you're here. We love that you're watching us and hanging out with us. But now, when you do this, you get an opportunity to find out if we actually know what we're talking about.
Well, read and react to the defense, but also on run plays or passes that you are not even a viable source. You utilize some of that as data to set up for later. I remember, and I remember this. Ricky Prohl told me when he came to Carolina. He was from the St. Louis Rams at the time. I remember it to a T, man. He said, the first play sets up the last play. And so you're doing little things throughout the game to remind yourself, and you can go back to it when you really, really need it. That's what I'm talking about. You hold the secret. Mm-hmm. You keep it there until you really need it. Why am I going to go for a home run route for a first down? You go for the home run when you know it's going to go over the fence and it's going to count for points, not an on base. Because you need runs, you need scores. You don't need to get on first. You need either a triple or RBI or home run. And so you set it up by looking at these little things throughout the game to get ready. Well, I remember doing this. So you bump a guy. When you bump him, how does he respond? Does he get an attitude? Does he ignore me? On the run play, if I jump completely outside on his right side when I know he's left-hand dominant, does he cross over to grab me? Or does he show me that his right hand is significantly weaker? If a guy I see that he has a little bit of extra padding on his hamstring, is that because he's keeping it warm because he tweaked it? He has extra padding or extra tape on his right ankle or left ankle. Is that because his right ankle or his left ankle? Well, guess what? I got to figure it out, and I want to find out which side is. So when I need to utilize it, I can use it. And by the time he knows I know that he knows that I know his things is kind of cattywampus, too late, game over. I caught the pass. That's what it's for. That's why this chess match, that's why some players play chess and some players playing Uno, right? And the only problem is when you put your reverse, bang, I got a +4, baby.
Well, I don't know. I feel like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce got a handful of draw 4 cards, and everybody's paying the price. Because, man, defenses have tried everything against him, Steve. You know, like, you try to chip him right off the gate. And these are the little things that I love that you broke that, because that what you just said there is what makes good players greats or greats all-time greats. Those little nuances that Travis Kelce has the ability to understand and feel within the game.
But you know what it also does, too? It keeps you employed, right? Sometimes we want to go to that next.
I just mentioned how fast he's running right now.
Yeah, like, he's running. It don't matter how fast.
No.
What Travis understands is he's making sure all the ingredients are calculated correctly, and that's the difference.
Yeah, he's adjusted too as these years have gone on. Talking to coaches there, he understands his limitations now. He understands that maybe winning earlier sometimes for Patrick is a better thing for him now, because of where he stands, and
always helps.
Yeah, and the impact that he has on defenses should not be ignored. You change what you do oftentimes when you have a player like this, and then you're not doing what you usually do. It's been unbelievable.
That's also a passion for the game, right? A passion for the game to understand and why, and not keep yourself around for money. Keep yourself around because you know that you could pass on and help and advance. So that's the passion for it.